Welcome back to Truck U. Now that's always a blast working with the kids, but those of you that are parents, you fully understand these kids are going crazy now. They're ready to go outside. They've been cooped up for a while. They're ready to play, so we need to get this stuff together, man.
Now, as you can see, we've got the new motor here, and it's a little bit of an upgrade of the one we took out. First of all, this one's going to run. That's a good thing.
Right.
Two, it's got a half horsepower more than the one we took out. Now, that when you're thinking half horsepower, what is that? Well, the first one was only 5. This is 5.5. So you're thinking about, what, about a 10%? Yeah, that's not too bad. So hopefully he'll feel it underneath his foot when he steps down on the gas pedal. Also, we went with an upgraded clutch here, and I think you'll notice a difference as well because Matt's got some horror stories about that.
This is a good idea. I know you've been ragging on me about this, but you know, Colton's had one of those buggies for a couple of years now. And when he was first learning how to drive, I mean, it was a natural tendency for the kid to put one foot on the brake, one foot on the gas, push them both down as hard as you can. The motor's revving up. It's not going anywhere. He's laughing. I'm over there pulling my hair out going, you can't do that because the clutch is burning down to the ground. You know, so finally I get him taught, okay, the same foot does the gas, and you pull it off, and then you hit the brake with that. Well, once he learns that and he becomes a pretty good driver, now his friends want to drive the buggy, and they're burning the clutches down, so more stress in my life. This is made specifically to deal with the heat. So this is going to put
that didn't even affect you.
Listen, there's been a little bit of counseling involved, but I'm okay now. I'm on like step 11, but this is definitely going to help.
Now, what it is a centrifugal clutch, and I want to show you guys, it's pretty neat how these things work if you've never seen it before. Now, this is going to act as kind of like our pressure plate for our clutch. So what you've got is basically a set of weights held together by some springs. So it rides right on your crankshaft. It'll go inside like this and spin freely when the motor idles, so nothing's being engaged. But as centrifugal force kicks in when you start to get into the throttle and the motor revs faster, these weights, you can see them here, they'll move back and forth. They'll actually expand out. When they expand out, they'll grab this plate and lock it up, and when it locks it up, it'll actually drive the rear wheels on the back of these teeth of the gear. So it's a pretty neat deal. You lift off the throttle, the weights suck back down in, and it freewheels.
This is a cool clutch too because it's upgradable. You can actually change these springs out there and make them a little bit different and set them up a little bit more custom. So if it's a kid driving it, you know, as the kid grows and changes driving experience, you can change the clutch right along with them.
One thing I want to show you guys, there is a right and wrong way to put it on. Now, obviously, you've got a keyway and that'll slide here on the crankshaft, but you want to make sure that it sits down inside the outer ring like this. If you have it the other way, it'll actually come out halfway and the clutch won't lock up. Yep. It'll slip all the time and it'll burn it up. So that goes on like that. There we go.
I could have used 24 of these.
Hey Matt, I forgot to tell you, my favorite feature of this engine is the fact that it comes with an oil alert. So it's almost idiot proof. You know, this way if you can't find the fill on either side of the engine, he's going to be covered. You
know, we ought to give him some detailed step-by-step instructions too, maybe. But of course, you know, I say this and that guy's keeping us in business, so how bad is that?
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to make too much fun of him.
Yeah, the detailed instructions, fill with oil, check regularly.
All right. So you good?
Yeah, I think we should be good right there. I'm going to put the plug back in.
We can get this over there in place, put some gas in it, and fire this baby up.
Go ahead, you do the heavy lifting this time.
Right. Yeah, how come? I feel like I'm always doing that. Let's get this.
That's funny.
Get that in there. Now we can wrap that chain around on the clutch.
Go ahead.
Right?
Yep.
And we'll just use that old motor mount. Holes are there, and we're good. Before we go any further, we need to make sure that everything lines up. And I've got the motor kicked over to the side as far as I can. So if you look back here at the chain, you see where it hooks. Good. Yeah, the top to the bottom sprocket right there, that chain's kicked way out to the side, and that's not going to work, or work for long anyway.
No, you can feel it's already putting a load on, and that's not a good thing, just turning it by hand. So what you're going to probably end up doing is you'll break this sprocket, either the top or the bottom, and you run the risk of actually breaking or damaging the end of the crank, which is going to damage the entire engine. And for what you've got in it, then you've got to replace the whole thing, so we're starting over again. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel here because it looks like the guy had previously offset this wheel with some makeshift spacers. I think if we remove one, we might be okay.
Here, let's get this chain off.
Wait, hold on, let me zip this first.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I got this tipped up about as far as I can.
Look at you. You're the man.
Nice.
All right, here we go.
All right. Now, you called it, the makeshift spacers. He's got a triple stack of nuts right there, okay? So that's the deal. Now, if time was not such an issue, we would probably make some more appropriate spacers for that. But we got to get this thing outside and keep those kids happy. Happy kids make happy adults. So in the interest of time, I think what we'll do is just get in here, pop one of these out, get it out of the way, move this in, and it should line up just about right.
Yeah, I think that'll give us the right offset.
Okay.
Now that Matt went ahead and changed our offset, I think we're going to be all right.
That should line up perfectly because I did it.
Should I take your word for it?
You should, actually.
All right.
I did a visual inspection. It looks perfect, right?
Well, the visual inspection.
All right, get that on there. Let me know when you're ready and I can tip this back. So I just put the one spacer behind the sprocket and kicked it in about 1/4 of an inch. And look at that. She's lined up perfect now.
Yeah, that looks pretty good,
That's exactly what we want. Okay, now we can tighten down this engine and get that in place, and we're good.
All right, so we've got everything lined up. Our sprockets are in line, the chain's on, engine's tightened down. Put fuel in it, wheels tightened down. Now it's just time to pull away, baby.
Ignition on, fuel on, choke on. You ready?
Yep. Oh, you got the magic touch.
That I do. All right, now let's take a look at this. Okay, so we'll bring in RPMs up a little bit. Now we'll watch that clutch work. There we go. See that? Then boom. Like you said, now the weights aren't doing anything. You're just idling.
Right.
And you're off. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like that sprocket's got a little bend in it. That's like anything else, though. You bring in one thing and you got 10 other things to fix. Hey, this is running, though.
I think it's time we get the kids.
Let's go play.
Welcome back to Truck U. Now today we got to have some fun. We got some help in the shop today that was much needed and a chance to tear apart one of these small engines, show you guys what the inner workings look like.
You know, it was so much fun working with the kids too, and it's great to have them into the shop, but to be honest, they have been cooped up all day and they're starting to go a little bit crazy, if you know what I mean. Are you guys ready to get outside? Yeah. I know I'm ready too, because you know how it is. Crazy kids make crazy adults. All right, guys, let's get you dressed, let's get the toys outside, and let's get crazy, all right?
As far as I'm concerned, just another day at the shop.
That's right. Crazy in a safe way, all right? See, there's the dad part.
Uh-huh.
I'll be honest with you, it's been a long time since I've been on a buggy like this. This thing was moving, man.
I told you that extra half horsepower is going to make all the difference. You didn't listen to me.
I know.
Believe the B-Man next time.
I think that's exactly what it was.
I think we get a little nitrous kit for this one. They have these little sneaky Pete bottles. It's about this big around, and add another 150 shot of nitrous this thing, it'll really make it.
Dude, it sounds good to me. I'm up for pretty much anything. Fun day working on these little motors though, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was fun having the kids out here today. You know, it's all about the payoff sometimes, right. You know? To have them coming in there, I saw them grab the roll cage, yank it out of your hands and showed you what to do with it, man.
Perfect, man.
And now look at them, they get to have some fun and enjoy this stuff. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
man.
They've been pent up all day. They've been screaming for this. It's cool. The kids are out here, and it is. It's so much fun working with them. And like we said, there's a lot of things they can learn at this stage in the game that'll stay with them for the rest of their lives, and really kind of help them know, even if they just know minimal things, it's such an improvement over knowing nothing at all.
Well, I think an important lesson is that the stuff that we do with these little motors carries over to our big motors.
Right.
Just like you've got to maintain them, you've got to maintain these, and same thing goes for you've got generators, your little generators and power washers and all that stuff. The same motors are actually in those that are in these carts. So a little bit of maintenance saves you a lot of money, a lot of time in the long run.
All right, man, sounds good. It's been a great day. It's really hot out here, so we're going to go inside and cool off. The kids aren't going to be happy about that, but they're going to have to deal with it. That's all the time we have. We'll see you next time right here on Truck U.
See ya.
This like Daddy. Hold this right here.
Sometimes I have to do a little talking from time to time, but most of the time I'm just quiet, just sitting there minding my own business, not really doing anything. You know, what?
What?